verses and songs. So, as I mentioned before, Srila Prabhupada kept a diary. Every day he would enter something in his diary. Sometimes it's just a few lines. If you've ever kept a diary, some days you're inspired to write more, some days not so much. So this is from Prabhupada's diary. He says, today is the 32nd day of our journey from Calcutta. After midnight yesterday, the lurching of the ship, because of the waves in the ocean, he said the lurching decreased and I felt some relief. In the morning, also I could not even take my breakfast properly. The stomach was upset and so on. He said, I could not take my breakfast properly. But then I cooked a Bengali preparation called Bati Chachari. Any Bengalis here? No? I have to find out what that is. There's a Bengali lady in Johannesburg. She knows what it is. So he said, I cooked some bati chachari and it appeared to be delicious. And thus I was able to take some food. Today, I have disclosed my mind to my companion, Lord Sri Krishna. And there is a Bengali poem made by me today in this connection. So that's the poem. At about 11 o'clock, there is a little more lurching of the ship. And the captain tells me that actually they had never seen such calmness of the Atlantic Ocean. The captain is saying, this was the mellowest journey. But the Prabhupada was hellish. The captain said he had never seen such a calmness of the Atlantic Ocean. I said to him, it is all Lord Krishna's mercy. And the captain's wife, she asked me, please come back with them when they are going back to India, so that they may again have a calm Atlantic Ocean. She was a pious lady. She could understand that Prabhupada was a devotee of Krishna, and that Krishna has adjusted the Atlantic Ocean. Prabhupada says, I thought that if the Atlantic would have shown its usual face, perhaps I would have died. But Lord Krishna has taken charge of this ship. This was in his diary. So here's the poem that he refers to in the diary. So the refrain is what we sing, Krishna Tava Punya Habe, Bhai. He says, he's addressing Krishna, he's revealing his mind to Krishna. He says, my dear brother, my friend, you will find virtue only when Srimati Radharani first becomes pleased with you. And this is fixed as the pole star is fixed. The pole star is referred to as Dhruva, Dhruva Loka. He says, Dhruvayati boli tomai thai. Just as the pole star is fixed, similarly, this fact about you is fixed, that Prabhupada is telling Krishna, I know something about you. That you will only find virtue when Srimati Radharani is pleased with you. Because in Gaudiya Vaishnavism, this is what we follow, we all know that Krishna is the worshipable object of everyone. But by the appearance of Lord Chaitanya, he revealed more, something more about Krishna. He said, Krishna has his own worshipable object. Right? We are worshipping Krishna. He is our worshipable object. Krishna has his worshipable object also. And who is that? Srimati Radharani. Therefore, he is always looking to get Radharani's kripa, or blessing, or punya. This word punya, he says, E punya koribe jave Radharani sukhi habe. You will get punya. He's telling Krishna, you will get punya. Only when Radharani is pleased with you. So this is how he begins his, you would say, conversation with Krishna. He's telling him, I know this about you. And Krishna is wondering, you know this about me? Of course, the Gaudiya Vaishnavas are the only people that know this. Therefore, when they meet one another in Vrindavan, where Krishna, they all say, Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe. So, then Prabhupada continues. He first begins to glorify his own spiritual master. He says, Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is very dear to Lord Chaitanya, Lord Gauranga, who is the son of Mother Sachi, he is Guru Bhaktisiddhanta. He is unparalleled in his service to the Supreme Lord Krishna. He is that great saintly spiritual master, most magnanimous within the universe, and he bestows devotion to Krishna in various places throughout the world. It's important to know how Prabhupada is speaking here as if it's happened already. He's just now coming to America and he's telling Krishna, my Guru Maharaj is distributing Krishna consciousness throughout the world. Of course, Prabhupada will be the one to do that, but he always gives credit to his spiritual master. So, I'm just doing what he tells me to do. Then he says, his desire, Bhaktisiddhanta's, his desire is very powerful, and thus he is causing the holy name of Lord Gauranga to spread throughout all the countries of the Western world, in all the cities, towns, and villages on the earth, extending to all the oceans rivers and streams, everyone will chant the names of Krishna and Ram. Again, Prabhupada is talking as if it's already happened. Yeah, he says it's going to every town and village. And then he says, and thus all directions will be conquered by a flood of transcendental ecstasy, flowing with the excessive mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when all the miserable living entities that have been corrupted by Maya, by the illusory energy, when they become happy, when everyone becomes happy, then the Vaishnava's desire is fulfilled. The Vaishnava, the devotee, he is described as Paradukha Dukhi. He wants everybody to be happy. He is unhappy at others' unhappiness. So then he says, although my Guru Maharaj, Sri Bhaktisiddhanta, ordered me to accomplish this mission, which is like mission impossible. He said, although he ordered me to accomplish this mission, I feel I am unworthy to do it, being very fallen and incompetent. That being the case, O Lord Krishna, your mercy is today arising in a befitting manner to make me become worthy, for you are the wisest of all. See, Srila Prabhupada knows that I cannot do this without your mercy. It is said in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna Shakti Vinanahe Tara Pravartana. One cannot spread Krishna consciousness unless he gets Krishna Shakti, unless he gets empowered by Krishna. So Prabhupada understands it, so he's asking Krishna, you have to give me the Shakti so I can execute the order of my Guru Maharaj. And then he says, if you bestow your divine power, Shakti, Tomara se Shakti Pele. If you bestow your divine power, then one can attain the factual substance, which is service to the spiritual master. Even to execute the order, to serve the spiritual master, one needs Krishna's help. Because we are nothing. We are poor. We are beggars. He says, if that service to the spiritual master is obtained, then one becomes truly satisfied. And ultimately, he will receive your association due to good fortune. Every morning we sing one prayer from Mangal Artik. It's called Guru Vashtakam. It's the last verse. We say, Yasya prasada bhagavat prasadu, Yasya prasada nagati kutopi. That by satisfaction of the spiritual master, one gets Krishna. One gets Krishna by the mercy of the spiritual master. One gets spiritual master by the mercy of Krishna also. And if one displeases the spiritual master, then Nagati Kutopi, your whereabouts are unknown. So, then Prabhupada quotes this verse by Prahlad Maharaj. We didn't sing it, but I'll chant it. We didn't sing it because it's in a different meter, it's in Sanskrit, whereas his poem is in Bengali. But why did he insert this verse is important. So this is the verse by Prahlad Maharaj. This is the 7th canto, 9th chapter, verse 28. Prahlad Maharaj says, by associating with material desires, one after another, I was following the general populace. I was following the general people. And falling into a blind well full of snakes. Oh my dear Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then the great sage Narada Muni, the great devotee of Krishna, he kindly accepted me as his disciple, and he instructed me how to achieve the transcendental position similar to his own position. So how could I ever leave the service of your servant? So this verse is such a wonderful verse, because Prabhupada was coming to do the same thing that Narada Muni gave to Prahlad. He was coming to give us a process by which we can also attain transcendence. Krishna consciousness is all about change. We don't remain the same. Whatever is done in the past. As they say, that is water under the bridge. It's gone. But when we take up the process of Krishna consciousness, when we take to Krishna consciousness, then transformation begins to take place. Heart starts becoming purified, and eventually we give up the unwanted habits, bad habits. And eventually it leads to love of God. Love of God is the ultimate goal of life. Why is it the ultimate goal of life? Because Krishna becomes subordinate to love. He's conquered by love. He is subordinate to Radharani because she is the best devotee. He is subordinate even to Arjuna. In Bhagavad Gita, if you just look at the cover of Bhagavad Gita, what do you see? Arjuna's in the chariot and Krishna is driving the horses. He is the chariot driver. He is the chauffeur. Right? He's taking a subordinate position to his devotee. And Arjuna, in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, he tells Krishna, Krishna, drive my chariot in the middle of the two armies. This is just before the battle begins. He tells Krishna, drive the chariot down the middle. I want to see who we have to fight against. And Krishna said, yes, sir. Like a good chauffeur, he pulls the chariot down the middle and he stops it. And he says, okay, is this what you want to see? When Arjuna saw on the opposite side of his army, he saw his grandfather, Bhishma, his guru, martial arts guru, Drona. He said, Arjuna had come there to fight. But when he saw who he has to fight, he said, Krishna, I don't think this is a good idea. You don't want to fight. But Krishna said, but what's come over you? You are a warrior, you are a Kshatriya, you're trained to fight. It's your duty to fight. Now you're saying you don't want to? Yeah. You're talking like an Anaryan. He used this word, Anarya Justam Ashvaryan. You're speaking like an Anaryan. Arya means, Aryan, you heard this word? Means, an Aryan is someone who knows the progressive value of life. So he tells Arjuna, you're talking like a non-Aryan. He said, anyway, Krishna spoke whole Bhagavad Gita to him. Change his mind. But the point is, I was making, is that Krishna becomes conquered by love, and he becomes a servant of his devotee. So Prabhupada was meditating on this verse of Prahlad Maharaj on the boot, and that's why he inserted it in the middle of his poem. Because that was his mission. He was coming to teach us how we can understand, teach us the science of Bhakti Yoga, teach us what is our relationship with God, and how to develop love of God. This is the highest goal of life. And in this way, we can attain transcendence. We can transcend this material world. That's really what he was coming to do. So, this is what you signed up for. To become transcendental. Then, Prabhupada continues. He says, O my Lord Krishna, you are my eternal companion. But forgetting you, I have suffered the kicking of Maya, birth after birth. If today the chance to meet you occurs again, then surely I will be able to rejoin you. As I said earlier, we are not these bodies. We are parts and parcel of Krishna. We are eternal. Krishna says in the Gita, Mamai Vamso Jiva Loki Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. We are Sanatana, we are eternal. Body is temporary, but we are eternal. What is the difference between a living body and a dead body? The soul. The living force. Something that was there when the body was alive is not there when the body is dead. That is the living force, that is the soul. And this does not apply only to human beings. All bodies, wherever you see life, you see the symptoms of life. Animals, insects, trees, fishes, wherever you see life, means the soul is there. And all souls are equal. They're all eternal because they're part and parcel of Krishna. In the Upanishad it is said, Nityo Nityanam Chaitanas Chaitananam Eko Bahunam Yo Vedadati Kamam. Nityo and Nityanam. Nityo is singular. There's one eternal, and there are many eternals, Nityanam. And the difference between that one eternal and the other, all the other eternals, is that one is maintaining all the others. So we are maintained. Krishna is our maintainer. So, then Prabhupada continues. This verse here is very special because Prabhupada reveals a little bit of his inner life or his inner aspiration. What he said? He says, "Oh my dear brother," still talking to Krishna, "in your company I will experience great joy once again, wandering about the pastures and the fields. I will pass the entire day with you in tending the cows, joking with you and frolicking throughout the many forests of Vrindavan. I will enjoy such pastimes of stealing and eating one another's lunch. Oh, when will that day be mine?" This is very special. Prabhupada actually talked about, he wrote about it, about Krishna's pastimes with the cowherd boys. And sometimes he would, he wrote in the Krishna book, he wrote in the Srimad Bhagavatam, but sometimes he would even reveal a little more, as only someone who knows Krishna can say. He would say, and one time he said, Prabhupada's servant, Shrutakruti, told us that his favorite time, he served Prabhupada for 2 or 3 years as his personal servant. He said his favorite time of being with Prabhupada as his personal servant means you have to be on call really 24/7 because Prabhupada slept very little. It wasn't easy. But he said that the nicest time for him was at night when he was putting Prabhupada to bed. He said Prabhupada would get in bed and he would give Prabhupada a little massage. Prabhupada used to get massages in the mornings and at night. He said the massages and walking every day, this is what's keeping me alive. So Shrutakruti says, in fact it happened, this took place in Atlanta, the place that Agnidev Prabhu told you about. He was there when Prabhupada came and Prabhupada sang that song, Paramo Karuna. At night, when Prabhupada went to take rest, while he's there in Atlanta, Shrutakruti is giving him his massage, and Prabhupada begins to speak about Krishna's pastimes with the cowherd boys. And he said, because Krishna's father and mother, they were the king and queen of the cowherd community. Every day when Krishna went out, he was a young boy. He would go with his boy friends. They were young. They used to take care of the calves. And as they got older, they were then given charge of the cows. But this took place, Krishna is taking the calves out with his friends. He said, and Krishna's mother, Yashoda, she would pack a lunch for Krishna. And because she was the queen of Vrindavan, she was queen of the cowherd community. Krishna's lunch, you could say lunch box, had all the goodies. Had kachoris, puris, ladus, all the wonderful things. Prabhupada also introduced us to those wonderful things. We didn't know what they were before. And he said, so Krishna, because his mother and father, they were, Nanda Maharaj was the king of the cowherd community. Krishna's lunch had wonderful things. But the other boys, they weren't so rich. They were poor cowherds. Their lunch would only have dal, rice and chapati. But when they got out, after playing all day, when the time to take a break for lunch, they were just playing, frolicking. One of the boys would run and snatch Krishna's lunch away from him. He'd snatch his lunchbox, his tiffin. And Krishna would run after him, give me back my lunch. And when if he gets close, the boy would throw it to another boy. And then it becomes a game. Krishna's running here, and he can't get his lunch back. And then he gives up and he sits down. And the boys, one of them will bring one of their lunch, with dal, rice and chapati. And he's eating that, and the boys are eating his lunch with kachoris and everything. So Prabhupada is telling this pastime of Krishna just before going to sleep. And he tells Shruti, I have no other ambition but to get a kachori from Krishna's lunchbox. He said, that is my only ambition. So, here he's saying, I will enjoy pastimes of stealing and eating one another's lunch. When will that day be mine? And then finally he says, today that remembrance of being with you came to me in a very nice way. And feeling great longing, I called out for you, O my Lord Krishna. Only because I am your eternal servant do I desire your association so much. Except for you, I have no other refuge, no other shelter. So, in the beginning, he gets Krishna's attention by telling him, I know something about you. You are always seeking Radharani's mercy, blessing. Now, here's an opportunity for you to get that. He said, my Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, he's a servant of Gauranga. Who is Gauranga? Lord Chaitanya. Who is Lord Chaitanya? He's Radha and Krishna combined. Yes. He's Radha and Krishna combined. So Prabhupada is saying to Krishna, so my Guru Maharaj is a servant of Radharani. And what he has asked me to do, to this mission impossible thing, go and preach to the Western world, he has asked me to do this. That means Radharani wants this to be done. What he has asked me to do, that means Radharani wants this to be done. Because she's an ocean of mercy, Karunamai. She's the deity of compassion. So he said, so here's an opportunity for you, my dear friend. If you help me to do this mission, if possible. That will be good for you. Because Radharani she will be pleased. And you will get the Punya. It says in the song. E Punya koribe jobe Radharani sukhi hobe. She'll be happy with you. So what do you think? Do you think Krishna gave Prabhupada help? Yes, he gave him the Shakti, and not in a small way. He did the impossible. What other people thought was impossible, Prabhupada did it. He came out, went around the world so many times, and established Krishna consciousness. Because he got Krishna Shakti, Krishna said, yes, take it. And he did it. And we are all here because of that. So this song, this poem reveals a little bit of Prabhupada's inner life. He was well acquainted with Krishna consciousness, to the highest reach of Krishna consciousness. Well acquainted with that. And he came and he's given us everything. Everything and everyone. He introduced us to everyone worth knowing about. In his Bhaktivedanta purports, in his books, we get knowledge about everyone worth knowing about. In Srimad Bhagavatam, you will become acquainted with the teachings of the Mahajans. Narad Muni is teaching in there, Lord Shiva is speaking in there, Lord Brahma is speaking in there, Shukadeva is speaking in there, Prahlad is speaking in there. These are all Mahajans, great souls. Kapila. So, now we have to, it's up to us. Do yourself a favor and educate yourself, educate your mind with Krishna consciousness. Because Prabhupada gives so many books. And most important, practice chanting Hare Krishna. And see how your life will be transformed. It's a joyful process. Kevalananda Kanda. Yes, when Prabhupada was coming to one airport, a reporter asked him, when Prabhupada was coming anywhere, the devotees would notify the press. They would notify the television station, the radio station, the newspaper, to let them know, our spiritual master is coming on such and such day. Why don't you come and maybe interview him? So some of them would come. So one time Prabhupada was coming, and at the airport, the reporter asked Prabhupada, Swamiji, what do your people, your followers, what do they do for recreation? Because he most likely heard how the devotees were living, so to him it seemed like austere, right? And it's true, in the early days, it was very austere. It's not austere now. Actually, it's very nice, it's comfy. But in the early days, because the movement was young, there was no funds insufficient funds. Devotees were sleeping on the bare floor. Yes. When I joined, we slept on the floor. A little later on, we got sleeping bags. And that was like, whoopee! Moving on up. So this man, he had heard something, because why he asked this question. He says, what do you followers do? What do they do for recreation? And Prabhupada said, what do you mean? Whatever we are doing, it's all recreation. And he says, it is Kevala Ananda Kanda. It's all joyful. Only. Kevala means only. It's only a joyful process. Chanting, dancing, and eating Krishna Prasadam. Is that hard? Prabhupada would tell the devotees, what is the difficulty? There's no difficulties. So, take up Krishna consciousness. Don't wait till you're older. Even Prahlad Maharaj, he spoke like this to his schoolmates. Right? His friends. Prahlad Maharaj, he went to private school. He went to private school. Because his father was very powerful. And when it was, what do you call it, recess? Break. Prabhupada said, he calls it tiffin hour. Take a break and eat something. So he said, Prahlad would stand up on the desk and start to preach to his school friends. Take up Krishna consciousness right now. And they'd say, but Prahlad, we are just children, boys. We want to play. We want to have fun. And Prahlad says, no, don't put us off. Take it up right now. So of course, I don't see any 5-year-olds in here. But you may be thinking, I'm young, and I'll take it up later. But you don't know. You don't know when death will come. Another time, Prabhupada was coming into the airport, and our reporters asked him, he said, Swamiji, I see your followers are all young. It's true. I saw that also. All the devotees were young. There were no old devotees. So the man, the reporter, said, I see all your followers are young. Why is that? There's no old people. And Prabhupada says, what do you mean by old? And the reporter thought, he said, well, close to death. And Prabhupada said, you mean you are not close to death? You can die at any moment. Who says you will live to be 90 years or whatever? We are all close to death. But the illusory energy is so working so perfectly that we think, even though we see people are dying every day, our grandparents have died, maybe some of our parents have died, friends have died, and whatnot. And we think, yeah, that's happened to them, it's not going to happen to me. And we live like that, we act as if it's It's a ways away. But actually, there's no guarantee that you could live for so long. It can come at any moment. So don't wait. Take it up now. Chant and be happy. Okay? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Maybe we can chant one little Hare Krishna. You have time?
15 minutes. 15 minutes.
15 minutes, all right. Ready? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna